Hello everyone, my name is Kaiden Bedell. And this summer I worked with Rogue Space Systems in Laconia, New Hampshire. My hometown is Lancaster, New Hampshire, up in the White Mountains, and I am currently majoring in mechanical engineering in the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, and my class is 2024, so I am an upcoming sophomore. So a little bit about Rogue Space Systems. The definition or the kind of introduction that we give ourselves is up here. Rogue Space Systems Corporation is an orbital space services company. We offer surveillance, repair, orbital assistance, deorbit, and orbital transfer services within our 4 classes of Orbots. So we have 4 different satellites that we are planning to develop and send into space to go and fix other company satellites that had problems after they were deployed. So there are currently 3 salaried employees and about 25 people working for equity. We're supported mostly by small investors currently. However, we hope to close our pre-seed funding round in the near future. We have close to an 80 million sales pipeline, so future prospects are very bright. On the left here, or your right, are the people that I got to work with daily in the office in Laconia. So there is John Beam right there on the right in the top picture. He is the Chief Operations Officer and the person I worked with the most. I think he's on call here today. And then next is Jeremy Grimmett. He is the CEO. And to his right is Mike Pica, our Chief Innovation Officer. The next picture over there is Austin Bancroft. He was the other intern that I got to work with. And he worked on a hovercraft where we got to test our AI system. And also there's Drashti. She was our sensor engineer, and I learned a lot from her because I got to work with cameras mostly this summer. So essentially what I did this summer was I attempted to recreate Samir Rawashte's model of a stellar gyroscope that was outlined in his 2013 dissertation. So of course this is a big goal, so I started on the first step, which was finding a camera that can pick up stars with a magnitude of 6 and above. And that's him right there on the bottom. He is a professor at the University of Michigan. I also got to learn a lot about coding this summer. I had 0 coding experience because I'm a mechanical engineer. I got to do a lot of computer science stuff. I learned Python and MATLAB. So some lessons I learned about startups. Working at Rogue Space made me realize that you should never let an idea simply sit in your head. You should bring it to the table and see if it's feasible or not. Oftentimes when things just sit in your head, you'll convince yourself that maybe it's not possible. But working with space is definitely so broad that it made me realize there's many possibilities. Going off of that, anything is possible with the right mindset and the right people working on the job. And finally, everyone has a valuable role in the success of the company, from interns to the CEO. Everyone has their own role. And things that I learned about myself, the first one is to know when to ask for help. Something that I learned working around the people I did, they had this little rule that if you couldn't figure something out after 5 minutes, you went and asked someone. And I just thought that was a good rule because often I can be kind of shy and not know when to ask people for help. Also, difficult tasks become manageable with the support of others, and they often aren't as daunting as they seem. Coming into this internship, I was a little wary because I've only had 1 full year of school, and here I am reading this dissertation of this professor from Michigan, and I'm supposed to somehow kind of help them achieve that. But over this 2 months, I was able to make pretty significant progress. So continuing on, I'm going to be working with the other intern over the year and possibly next summer to continue our projects at Rogue Space. We are planning a launch for our first satellites next summer, so I'm looking forward to working with them. And yeah, I just think I gained a lot of valuable experience that I can use in my classes as I continue my path and hopefully in the future. And my high point was getting my first actual picture of the stars that actually showed up. That's on the top right for you guys, that's actually a picture of Jupiter, and there's stars all around. So that's Jupiter and her moons up there. That is an image of a MATLAB program I got to work with, calibrating my camera. And that is just the general system that I use. That's a Raspberry Pi. I don't know if any of you guys know that interface, but yeah, it was great. I just wanted to say thank you to our donors, the Patton Family Foundation, and of course everyone at Rogue Space who enabled me to grow this summer. And if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So what exactly were you doing with the camera? Like, are you essentially trying to have it pick up stars if it didn't originally? Like, are you just altering the parts inside of it?
It was a lot of research about what sensor we should be buying, and then also in a lens.
Okay.
Yeah, so the field of view of the camera was really important, so I had to work with a lot of different focal lengths and apertures to figure out what was best to pick up the stars, and then run those images through a MATLAB program that basically detected the stars and plotted them. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to say what a stellar gyroscope was. It basically determines the attitude of the spacecraft, so we know how much we have rotated and where we are in space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're using these cameras to essentially
track the stars and
Spatial
see how much.
GPS.
Yeah, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Did you have an interest in space before this internship? Why? How did you figure it?
Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, I don't know if anyone doesn't think space is cool, but yeah, as a kid, actually my sister had always wanted to be an astronaut. That was like her thing. I kind of took it over a little bit, but yeah, I've always followed like NASA and their Mars rovers and all this stuff, and it was just really neat to see that kind of world as we're even like talking to people in NASA sometimes, and just the big companies and stuff. It's fun.
Has what you get to participate in influenced your thoughts about what direction you want to take within the engineering world? That it is mechanical engineering has a lot of the dimensions that you can pursue. Has this influenced it in a material way?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say I was kind of scared of doing computer engineering based stuff before this. This kind of opened up that pathway. I got into mechanical engineering mostly I wanted to go more down like a sustainability route and work on like renewable energy systems. I can still do that here because we need solar panels to power our vehicles. But this also the company is based in sustainability because we are also using our Orbots to go and retrieve space debris. The space is very polluted right now because there's no method of taking stuff down out of orbit. So I like that message of the company as well, and I'd like to continue next summer and see where it goes.
Thank you.